So guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a new infinite money glitch at Chase Bank, and you can make as much money as you want. If you need an extra $10,000, maybe $50,000, maybe $100,000, you can get it from the Chase infinite money glitch. And I want to point out, this definitely isn't fraud, guys. You're definitely not going to go to prison for 20 years for check fraud. And of course, the bank, they're not going to try and get the money back from you. They're going to be like, oops, our bad, it was a glitch. You go ahead and keep the money. Now, obviously, I'm joking. I got to point that out. A lot of people don't understand sarcasm. It's 100% fraud. And I'm blown away. I literally have been laughing at some of these memes of people who have been trying this. I've been laughing so hard, I started crying. I'm not even lying, right? There are people who are trying this. And like I said, this is like I was joking earlier, this is 100% fraud. It's check fraud. You could face up to 20 years in prison for trying to do this, and absolutely the bank is going to come after you because you should not be doing this. It's not a glitch. I find it quite funny that all across the internet people are calling it the Chase Bank infinite money glitch. It's fraud. It's just fraud. Now this all started from a viral TikTok video, and I have to say, just my own personal opinion here, I'm not a fan of TikTok. I think it's one of the worst apps out there. There have been other people who have talked about how it's basically spyware. It's made by the Chinese government. It's associated with the Chinese government. And everything that comes out of that app is truly horrendous. And I honestly believe that they're intentionally pushing these bad pranks, or in this case, actual fraud to people, to try and destabilize the American ecosystem. That's just my personal opinion. You can disagree with that. But undoubtedly, the Chase infinite money glitch that was being pushed on TikTok got viewed millions of times, and there were people, hundreds of people, potentially thousands of people, that started going to Chase Bank. You can see all the videos online. People were lining up around the block to try and go to Chase Bank to try the infinite money glitch, which, like I said, it's just fraud. Don't try this. Now, how this works, and I do have to point this out because I could get in big trouble by YouTube if I don't point this out. Chase has now fixed this problem, so you can't actually do this. I'm not promoting a scam to people. You can no longer do this. But this is something that's been around for a long time. I actually discovered this years ago, and I'm actually kind of astonished that this is now going viral. Like years and years later, this is something you could have done for a long time, but for whatever reason, TikTok randomly made it go viral now. So I'll tell you how I discovered it years ago, and now what people are doing now, it's slightly different. So years ago, I actually had a business, and through that business, I would be paid in checks a lot. Now, I have Chase mobile app on my phone, and through the mobile app, what you can actually do is you can take a picture of a check, the front and the back, you endorse the back of it, and they will upload that check into your account. You don't actually have to take it into the bank. And when they upload it, the money from that check is instantly in your account, and you can use it right away. You can spend that money, you can withdraw that money right away. And I remember years ago when I discovered this, I was like, if I was kind of a bad person and also kind of stupid, because obviously you would get caught if you did this, I could potentially upload a fake check into my account, and since the funds are instantly in my account, I could then withdraw them and use those funds before the bank found out that that was a fraudulent check. Now, obviously, like I said, I would never do something like that. That's obviously a massive crime. But I realized that, hey, someone not as smart as me who thought they're a genius would probably try and do this to try and make a bunch of money and scam the bank. And sure enough, that's exactly what's happening. Now, with this new Chase infinite money glitch, people aren't actually using the app. What people are doing is they're going into Chase branches and they're using the ATMs in the stores. They are creating fake checks. They're writing whatever amount they want on the checks. They're depositing it into the ATM. The ATM, for whatever reason, Chase has done this for years. I don't know why. But Chase instantly gives you access to the funds. If you have like a smaller account or they don't really trust you, they won't give you access to all of the funds. But in my case, they usually, for whatever reason, always give me access to all of the funds. So people will deposit these fake checks, they get access to the funds, and then they immediately withdraw the funds. That's why you see people lining up around the block to do the Chase infinite money glitch. Now, my personal favorite, there's a bunch of videos of people doing this. My personal favorite is these guys. They're celebrating, they're throwing cash in the air, they're like passing the debit card between their mouths, and then they start driving away with the cash. There's a lot of very memey videos of people using the Chase Bank glitch.
town, and I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder.
Now, obviously, like I said, this isn't actually a glitch. It's fraud. It's check fraud, and you could face up to 20 years in prison. Now, many people are uploading other videos like a day or two later once their account actually gets the money removed. So Chase, they'll realize like a day or two later the check is fraudulent or it bounces or whatever, and then they will charge your account, and many of these people have already withdrawn the funds. So now you'll see videos of people like $30,000 in the red in their Chase accounts because Chase is trying to get the money back from them. Hey, you're not actually supposed to have this money. It doesn't actually exist, so now you owe us $30,000. Now, some people are like, oh, well, can't they just put the money back in the account and then everything's fine? No, for a couple reasons. Obviously, like I said, initially, this is check fraud, so you're in serious trouble. And in many cases, Chase is obviously, they're going to charge you a bunch of fees if you overdraft your account. So now you owe the money that you stole from them on top of the additional fees that you also owe them as well. This, like I said, this is nothing new. There was actually a movie, I think in the early 2000s with Leonardo DiCaprio called Catch Me If You Can. And that's the basic premise of that movie, even though that movie took place like in the 80s. That guy was cashing bad checks. That's how he was making a ton of money. He was going across the US, forging checks, cashing money, and making a bunch of money from that. So cashing fake checks is nothing new. Like I said, I don't really know why this suddenly went viral on TikTok, but that is how the infinite money glitch, which is fraud, that is how the infinite money glitch actually works. Now, I do have to say, some of these videos of people memeing about how much money they made, potentially some of them could be fake. I don't know, because in 2024, you don't know what's actually real online. But the actual money glitch video that went viral, that is real, and people did attempt, a lot of people, hundreds, potentially thousands of people, did attempt to cash in on this money glitch to the point where Chase actually changed their system, where I think they don't allow you. I don't think they put the money from checks directly into your account. I think you actually have to wait now before you can spend any of that, because there were actually people trying to cash in on this. Now, on this channel, I talk about a lot of scams, and normally I feel really bad for people if they get scammed. In this particular case, if you attempted this, obviously you can't do it anymore, but if you attempted something like this, I don't feel bad for you at all, because you didn't get scammed. You participated in fraud. And it blows my mind that people thought, they saw a TikTok video and they're like, you know what? I think this could work. I think that the banking system, that system that works with billions of dollars every single day, it's one of the most successful businesses, banks, the world has ever seen. And these banks, they're protected by the federal government. Yeah, those massive corporations, I'm going to trick them because I saw a video on TikTok, guys. I'm smarter than the banks. The fact that people actually thought they were going to get away with this blows my mind. That we live in a society where there are people who actually thought this was a good idea, right? Anyone who did that, if you actually go to prison for 20 years for check fraud, I really don't feel bad for you at all. So, yeah, that's the Chase Infinite Money Glitch. 100% do not do this. This is not a glitch in any way. It is check fraud, and if you do this, you are a terrible person.